If you only knew.
I know, right? You know, it's interesting because my hair was really long when I got the character. And then I got the character, we were sitting there, and in the hair trailer, they literally cut off my hair as I was sitting in the trailer. And I was like, oh my God, they grabbed my ponytail and just cut it off. And I was like, you've got to be f***ing with me. And it just kept getting shorter and shorter and shorter. And I was like, oh, kill me. And so when I got the job, my hair was really long. So when they cut it, I was kind of pissed off. So, you know, it took me, I don't know, 3-4 years to convince them to let me grow my hair out, because it upset me because everybody else on the show, their hair grew because we were on the ship for 4 years or whatever it was. So everyone's hair was growing and changing and evolving, and Starbucks, they wanted it the same length. And I was like, Starbucks not going into a hairstylist and having them cut her hair, because the hairstylist is now, you know, flying a plane. So it's like, you know, if the barber's alive, he's probably in a fighter. So it's just one of those things that I was like, come on, she needs to evolve. It's so stereotypical if you have a blonde in an action movie that they have to have short blonde hair. If you think of most science fiction action movies, if there's a blonde, they've got short hair. And it's so stereotypical to think that a blonde can't be tough with long hair. So that was my major gripe. And I was so happy when I got Bionic Woman and my hair was longer, because then they couldn't cut it for Battlestar, because I had continuity on Bionic Woman. And since NBC kind of outranked sci-fi in the whole Universal world, they were like, Katie's not cutting her hair anymore. So that was my first step to, like, getting my hair back. And then at the very end, they just, at that point, they just kept letting it grow. And so then I finally got the wig at the very end, because I was on the phone with Ron Moore, and I was trying to get what was going to happen at the very end, and he's like, would you mind cutting your hair again? And I was like, you've got to be smoking a lot of pot if you think that I'm going to cut my hair again that short. There is no way in hell I'm cutting my hair again. And so they wigged it. And I think he asked the question knowing that I was going to say no. So they were prepared to do the wig at the very end. And I'll let Tricia answer the whole, oh, and which one do I like better? I like long hair. You know, I've had long hair my whole life, so I'm kind of impartial to it. And I think what's interesting, though, is I kind of miss the short hair now, but I look like a boy with short hair, so I don't really want it back.
And, yeah, to answer the wig question about me, why I got a wig, I don't think there's one cast on Battlestar Galactica that envies me having a wig. No. Because I only had the wig the last 2.5 seasons, because they made me dye my hair that platinum blonde. And actually, the script, she was written with short black hair. I auditioned with kind of the way that my hair is now, like, you know, sort of longish, light. It was probably darker. It was a little bit darker, more brunette than it is now. Anyway, they made me dye it platinum blonde and cut it into a bob, which is fine for the miniseries, but then, you know, that color hair only works for a rock singer or a prostitute. So I'd have to dye it back for other roles in between seasons and stuff. And, you know, between the miniseries and the first season, it was a year. Right. So, and so I dyed it back for the first season, and then dyed it back after the first season to do another role. And then back to in the second season, they made me dye it again, and it literally was like fuzz on my head. And you can see if you watch the second episode, or the second season, the first half, every episode, her hair gets thinner and thinner, and you can start seeing through it in the back. And that was my own hair, and it literally, it had to be done every 10 days because the dark roots would show. So they had to do it with a really fine needle nose dyeing thing, but you just can't not get it over some of the peroxide part already. And it finally just broke up in chunks. And I literally went to set one day, and Gerald brushed my hair, and 3/4 of the top of my head just fell, or my hair just fell off onto the ground.
I remember this, we were talking about it the other day, because we also had poison oak at the same time, and it was like, poor Tricia, her hair's falling out, and she's covered in poison oak.
I was no makeup on. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning. My hair, half my hair is on the floor. I've got spikes sticking up all over the top of my head. I have poison oak blisters that are oozing out through my sweatpants.
Oh, it's gross.
I literally just burst into tears, sobbing tears, and the hairstylist goes, I'm going to go get Harvey. Yeah, he walks out and goes get one of the producers, and the producer takes one look at me, and he's like, I'm getting you that damn wig, because I've been asking for it. Yeah, I said, my hair's not going to last, but nobody listened to me, and sure enough, they had to rush a wig and probably spend $8,000 instead of $5,000 to get the rush on it.
It's funny, too, because what you realize, what I learned from that experience with Tricia is that the next job I did the pilot that I did, Lost and Found. My hair, after styling my hair and putting extensions in every day, was falling out, and it was basically breaking off, and my hair was so screwed after that project, and I was like, if this show gets picked up, I need a wig. I have to have one because you're ruining my hair. So it's, you know, people don't realize how much wear and tear your hair takes when it's someone's doing it every single day. And they're not only doing it once, they're doing it like 5 times a day.
Before every scene, yeah.
So it's, you know, hair, and my hair is so thin already. I have a lot of it, but it's really fine. But it's, you know, it like falls out of my head. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. You know, I know that Starbuck was an amazing once-in-a-lifetime character, but it's also, I finished playing the character before I got out of my 20s. So it's like, if my career goes the way that I hope it goes, Starbuck will have been an amazing stepping stone, but a stepping stone to hopefully a phenomenally fun and interesting career with great characters. So, you know, I don't mind that Starbuck defines my 20s in a career, but I do hope that I have such a full career that people aren't still calling me Starbuck when I'm 50.
Yeah, I'm the same. I mean, it's you know, I take it as a compliment if somebody, you know, looks back at my character or thinks, you know, the characters or the show are iconic in a way. But I certainly wouldn't want it to be my last thing. I mean, that was my first job. So, like Katee, I hope that I have, you know, career where I get to play multiple different characters, and it just sounded like I talked about Battlestar.
Not at the same time.
You know, work with, you know, people that I want to work with, and, you know, do different roles, and yeah, just be challenged and do different things. So I don't think any actor ever wants to just be defined by one role. You want to have multiple, you want to have a varied career.
Yeah.
And even though I'm definitely older than Katee, I have quite a few years left. So I
just said the other day, if I keep getting Botox, by the time I'm 50, I'm going to look 30, so it'll be fine. I won't be able to move my face, though. So I'll probably resort to working in late-night television, but that's okay. I'll look good, damn it.
Yeah, we'll both look good. We'll be in late night.
We're going to do a remake of Silk Stockings.